I want to welcome you all to this chartering of a very special link within Rotary between 15 nations in the Caribbean and all those in Great Britain and Ireland. We call it intercountry committees, or ICC. It's about building strong relationships to support significant activities. We've got online today members of both the Great Britain and Ireland and Caribbean sections, together with the 2 DGs from the Caribbean and DGs, all their representatives from most of the 6 districts that are representing the 25 districts of Great Britain and Ireland. Others send their apologies. In addition, we have several guests who will be introduced as they speak. Welcome to you all, this chartering of a special link. I'm James Onions, the Intercountry Committee National Coordinator for Great Britain and Ireland. We've many guests with us who we will introduce when they speak. We welcome many more on Facebook Live. Across the world, we have a few hundred ICC relationships. Today, we are chartering what may be one of the largest in terms of countries, between 15 nations in the Caribbean and 9 in Great Britain and Ireland. We have a full agenda with many contributions from leaders in both our island groupings and insight from our 2 section leaders, Debbie Rupchan and Michael Rancharan, into their plans. Today is about them and their new ICC. So let me start by handing over to my co-host, Sonia Aline, the ICC coordinator for the Caribbean, to introduce our first 2 speakers. Sonia.
Good morning and welcome. Well, it's morning in Barbados and in the Caribbean where we are. So thank you so much for joining us in this, what will be a historic day for us in districts 7020 and 7030. It is my pleasure at this time to welcome by video, unfortunately, because he's attending a district conference in Orlando, past RI President Barry Racine.
I'm sorry I can't join you at this momentous occasion. I think it's really important that we are able to finally become an ICC as a district. Many years ago, I lobbied for this, and the ICC group had to change the bylaws, which they've finally done. And now I see District 702, 703 are moving forward to be an ICC as districts, which enables so much improved conversation, improved ability to work together, improved ability to understand each other. I think it's a real opportunity for the districts, and of course for GB and I think that's a perfect way to start. And I congratulate you. I thank you for what you're doing. And I know this is going to be an incredible opportunity going forward. Have patience. It takes time to develop what I think we can become, but it's going to happen under your leadership. So I thank you all. Thank you, Ryan, for letting me know and asking me to participate. I wish I could be there with you, but I'm at a district conference in Orlando, so that's just impossible right now. But as I said, I wish you well, I congratulate you, and I know it's going to be a momentous move forward for our districts. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, past Rotary International President Barry. So it is my absolute pleasure at this time and how fortunate are we that our zone director is also from District 7020. It is my pleasure to introduce Director Jeremy Hurst to bring his greetings at this time.
Thank you so much, Sonia and James and the full team here. It's wonderful to be here. I'm in transit at this point in time, so forgive if I'm a little shakier than I would normally be in my signal. It seems to have held up by now. But let me add my congratulations to those that passed RI President Barry and the incoming trustee Chair Barry, as we know he will be next year. He and I have been discussing this for such a long time. It seems like a decade, and to have got to this point, as he said, is truly momentous, and is one of those milestones I think that we should all look back to in years to come and say this is the time when we made real change in the way we've able to been able to develop Rotary with our relationships and in a passionate way between our two countries, groups of countries on a global basis. And I think there's massive potential, as Barry says, as we move forward with this. There will be glitches, just as there were initially here. And but as Rotarians, we'll be able to work our way through those and turn those glitches into opportunities and identify those problems to solve that we should both be working on. A couple of thoughts I have in relation to this relationship. Obviously, as you can probably tell from some of my accent, hailed originally from the UK. My accent's a little more, it's accused of being Australian or South African now, but that's what's happens when you spend 34 years coming from London in the Caribbean. And I arrived here when the Cayman Islands were still known as a British colony. And that's a word which I think is not used any longer, but it still is one of those areas where there's been some concern and contention recently. So I only mentioned that to talk about perhaps the role that this ICC could play in helping us navigate this journey as we move through a more mature position, a more mature relationship through our Caribbean islands and the UK. Of course, not all of our islands are British-based, far from it. Some of them are French, some of them Dutch, and some of them independent in their own right. So you are really partnering with a whole range of countries and cultures. And I think that's really, the strength of our organization, the strength of Rotary globally is the diversity it brings and the opportunity for us to be able to understand each other's cultures. I think what I would like to say, though, is that I think I want to make sure that this is a two-way exchange, a two-way relationship. And I know that's the intention. I realize that, our beaches in the Caribbean might be a little nicer. So there might be a propensity to head from the UK into the Caribbean to enjoy the assets that we have here. Having said that, I'd like to think that we'd be traveling in the other direction as well. So meeting each other on the soil of my mother country and enjoying the culture and the history that is brought to bear there. And I think the same applies to our Rotary. We each bring something different to the table. Obviously, RGBI has a different culture, a different feel to it. And there's a lot we can learn through the history of one of the most established Rotary presences in the Rotary world. Just in the same way, our two districts bring a tremendously vibrant Rotary to the table. We're one of the few locations in the Western Hemisphere that is growing at this point in time, and we're exceptionally proud of the way that we bring impactful service to each of our communities. We're exceptionally proud, for example, of our youth programs. Just this afternoon, I'll be with District Governor Leslie on an Interact seminar, which is an award session, which is going to be broadcast from 7030 to 7030. And if you look at the passion that our districts have for Rotaract and Interact and other youth programs, I think that's something else we can share and really both enjoy and learn from and gain from. So I'm greatly looking forward to seeing this in action, seeing this happen. I'm so proud to be your director at this point in time from District 7020. I know my counterpart, Nikki Scott, Vice President Nikki, is someone I've worked with exceptionally closely over the past year. And one of the main focuses we've had is on the whole concept of regional adaptability and action and the importance of understanding that, that one size doesn't fit all when it comes to Rotary. And that's absolutely the case. But nonetheless, it's increasingly important as we become potentially more regionalized that we intentionally maintain the links and relationships between us on a global basis. There are so many opportunities, and I, for one, looking forward to every one of them as part of this ICC. So thank you once again for welcoming me here. Congratulations, and we have an amazing future. Let's make the most of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy, and of course, Barry and Sonia. I must confess, when you said you've been talking to Barry about this for what seemed like 10 years, I remember starting planning some of the detail of it with him the year before he became president. So that's quite a few of those years back, and it's been a long path, but we've got here. And I share so much, Jeremy, of what you were saying. and agree with so much of it. I believe in particular your success with Rotaract is something that we can learn an awful lot from. And I love that ebook from the, that butterfly book from the E-Club. There are so many neat little ideas that I think can be used. Anyway, now let me introduce two speakers from over here. Our Vice President, Nikki Scott, has been tremendously supportive over the last few years. A bit like Barry, she's elsewhere today. She's at a district conference in Spain, so has provided this video for us. Nick, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nikki Scott, and I have had the absolute pleasure of serving as the Rotary International Vice President this year under the leadership of our first female president, Jennifer Jones. And what an incredible year it has been as we have imagined our future and start to look to what's next under the leadership of President-elect Gordon McInally from Scotland. I can't think of a better way of rounding off the year than to be having this opportunity to recognise a new charter of a new ICC between Great Britain and Ireland and the Caribbean. Your Rotary International Director, Jeremy Hurst, and I have in fact formed our own friendship and bond, serving together on Jennifer's board this year, and really hope and look forward to all of you having that opportunity to foster really deep-rooted relationships based on our common platform, or a platform of common values, and of course our passion and purpose to do good in the world. I think that ICCs are really instrumental in creating those trusting, long-lasting relationships that really contribute to very strong, impactful change. And I know we've had many success stories coming out of the ICCs that have already been formed. It's a joy to watch. So I really thank our ICC coordinators, James Onions in Great Britain and Ireland, and Sonia, to you too, from the Caribbean, and of course to Michael Ramcharan and Debbie Rootchand, who are taking the lead on this particular ICC. It is a joy to see how many districts and countries are incorporating into this initiative. I think I counted 16 districts and 15 countries in the Caribbean, including a Rotaract club, which is fantastic to see. And also, of course, 5 districts from here in Great Britain and Ireland, which actually encompass 3 countries. How wonderful to have this opportunity to learn about each other's cultures, to build that cross-cultural understanding, and to look forward to doing a lot of good in the world. I wish you all the very best for the rest of the ceremony this afternoon. I'm sorry I can't be with you. I will be at a district conference in Tenerife. But I wish you all the best, not just for today, but for the years ahead as we work together. Take care. I shall be looking forward to following your journey. Bye-bye.
Hi again. I think, first of all, thank you to Nikki. As I said, she's been tremendously supportive to us. And she mentions Gordon McInally as well, taking over, who is equally supportive. And I think one of the strongest messages from Nikki there was the impact an ICC can have. And as she moves on as Vice President and Director, and Eve Conway takes over as Director, we also have a new chair of the board over here, joining us to bring some words of support. Welcome, Robert Morris.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. And as you say, greetings from the board of Rotary Great Britain and Ireland. I think it seems to be a theme this afternoon that the speakers so far, including me, are actually all away from home, because we've just concluded 2 days of our regional board meeting, and we have an award ceremony with the public tonight. So I say greetings, and for those who aren't familiar, and particularly for our friends in the Caribbean, the Regional Board of Rotary Great Britain and Ireland is the management of 24 districts across 5 countries. And as you say, we have some governance independence very much under the Rotary International banner, but as I say, we work as a group, and so it's really nice to be able to talk to you today. I feel very fortunate in a way that I joined a Rotary Club a long time ago who already had an established link with 2 clubs internationally, one near Paris, one in northern Germany. And each year we used to go around and host each other and get to know something of each other's cultures and friendships. And there are lifelong friendships that have come out of those continuing yearly get-togethers. So in the same way, I see your ICC as the start of an amazing friendship that could last years, will not only bring friendships, but I think has the opportunity, like my clubs had, to do projects together. Now, whether those are Rotary Foundation projects or really just club-to-club projects is secondary. I think the relationships and the understanding that you're bringing to the Caribbean and to Great Britain and through this relationship is, I hope, very long-lasting, and I wish you well. And say thank you very much for the opportunity to see the start of, I think, a long-term get-together of many countries. So thank you.
Robert, thank you. Thank you so much. As Nikki said, ICC is Friendship Exchange on steroids. She said that several times to me, and I think there's a good message in there. Now, let me just say a few words. The Rotary ICC programme is about helping to build increasingly peaceful relations between the over 200 countries where Rotary is active. Peace is in our DNA. We've found relationships built through ICC have helped us achieve more significant things more quickly in response to the war in Ukraine and disasters in Turkey and India and needs in Romania and Moldova. A project kicked off in Nigeria just over a year ago resulted in a new Rotary Positive Peace Network across Nigeria, peace clubs in schools, and in Rotary being invited to observe the 2023 elections, a first for Rotary globally. We have seen ICC in action. The key is strong relationships between leaders. But as Barry said, we need time to build those. This relationship between Rotary in the Caribbean and Rotary in the Great Britain and Ireland brings together over 20 nations. Over here, we have a team of 15, enough to really contribute, as you do. We see ICC as forming a club of real enthusiasts, with in this case, one half in the Caribbean and the other half in our islands. The opportunity for cooperation in understanding our cultures is huge. ICC does many and varied things. Its international networking is powerful. We get involved in cultural events and developing understanding of how each other's countries' people think. Major humanitarian projects are enabled. Youth programs linking schools figure prominently. We are keen to develop understanding of peace and cultures in all age groups. ICC is a catalyst. I want to thank all of you for supporting us today, and particularly to thank Sonia, Debbie, Michael and Ryan, and our teams who I've enjoyed working with. I'm looking forward to hearing where they plan to take this relationship and wish them every success. Now, can I introduce the District Governor of the lead ICC, my own district, Roger Stent.
Thank you, James. Good afternoon, good morning to wherever you are in the world. I'm still not quite sure what time of day it is. I got back from Melbourne and the Far East a few days ago, and the jet lag is still creeping up on me. And I'm sure it's the same with the rest of you when you come over here. My own district is partnered with, as a lead, with about 6 ICCs, and it's lovely to take this one on board as well. The benefits that we can get out of it are not just the global side of things, but it's actually getting to know each other. If I look, give you an example, which has been the Nigerian ICC that we've been working with for about the last 15 months. And the first thing that happened there was that the 2 leads in the respective countries put together a peace training program to help with the intertribal and interreligion issues that they have in Nigeria. And they trained about 200 people of Rotaract age, not all Rotaractors. And then following on from that, we did some leadership training. And then at the end of this month, beginning of next month, we've got a Rotary Exchange visit with some Nigerian leaders coming over here. Now that's happened in 15 months. And it's the same with yourselves, looking at the Caribbean colleagues that we have, that there are a lot of people in the UK and in Ireland that have links to the Caribbean, whether they've worked out there or they've got friends out there. And we can build on that. And it's that personal interconnectivity that this gives a wonderful channel to. Whether it be club partnerships, whether it be individual programs, whether it be using vocational skills or joining together on grants. And that's something that I hope I and the other 5 district governors and DGEs within Rotary Great Britain and Ireland, who incidentally are representing all 5 of the home nations, if you include ERA, rather than the 3 that Nikki mentioned. And there's a wonderful opportunity here to really build a solid foundation and use that as an opportunity to show that Rotary is not just about your club, it's about the world. And it's a common set of values and a common set of themes that we can build on and develop friendships as we do so. So I wish all the people involved all the best of luck in the world, and I hope that it is incredibly successful. Good luck. Thank you.
Roger, thank you. And yes, Nikki got a briefing that preceded quite a few changes that happened in the last week. However, continuity is key. Continuity is vital. The people, the leaders coming on next year and in the following years are really important to us. So I now want to introduce from next year's DG cohort, the current DG-elect in District 1020, but will be the DG of the much larger District 1320, to indicate not just the commitment of his own district, but of all of our incoming DGs. From Scotland, Narek Bido.
Thank you very much, James. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Excellent, excellent. Well, greetings from Scotland, and thank you very much for inviting me today. On behalf of the newly established District 1320, Scotland South, I would like to commend the commitment of this inter-country committee to establish an international networking forum and to increase our international understanding, intercultural sharing, and promote fellowship. Such initiatives don't just happen. It requires a huge amount of work and commitment, and they equally play a crucial role in fostering cooperation and dialogue among nations and people worldwide, and can only lead to a better partnership and exchange of ideas, which in turn can contribute significantly to the promotion of peace and serving humanity at various levels. Our incoming RI President, Gordon, through various addresses in the past, and once again, during his speech at the handover dinner of District 1320 just a few days ago, has emphasized the importance of peace building and partnership working for the good of humanity and the relevance of Rotary. And I am pleased to say that we are probably one of the first districts in Great Britain and Ireland to appoint a dedicated ICC officer, Jim Cairns, as a member of our district international team. James, through his role in the international team, will focus on promoting the work of various ICCs and encouraging clubs' involvement and participation. I am also delighted to hear that past DG Alistair Marquez is taking an active role in supporting the agreed protocol for this specific inter-country committee. As past RI President Barry and you yourself, James, said, establishing such forums for building and sustaining peace and fostering fellowship requires long-term commitment, collaboration, adaptability, and most importantly, time to grow and to mature. I have no doubt that initiatives like this can make a meaningful contribution to the pursuit of peace on a global scale. And I am delighted to offer you our district support to enhance the work of this and other ICCs around the world. We are there to support you, and good luck to you with your endeavors. Thank you very much for all your efforts.
Thank you, Narek. It is wonderful, and it's really noticeable with many of the countries we go to where they got multiple districts, how ICC doesn't just promote more interaction to other countries, closer interaction, but does it between districts as well. It gets a new dialogue going on this international sphere and how we actually can work together. So thank you. Rotaract is not big in Great Britain and Ireland, and I'm expecting a smile on Robert's face, but it's not coming yet. But Rotary has got really good intentions, and we have a Rotaract chair coming in for next year, Ariana Costa, and she is very aware, as all of our Rotaractors are, that English is not the only language in the Caribbean. She's also very aware that many Rotaractors would enjoy the opportunity to build friendships with people in the Caribbean. So by video, because she's also at a conference today, over to Ariana Costa.
Hi everyone, I'm Ariana, the incoming chair for Rotaract Great Britain and Ireland, and I wanted to wish you a huge congratulations on the charter of the new ICC between GBI and the Caribbean. This is a great opportunity for us to do more good on a larger scale and to get the most out of the global community in Rotaract and Rotary. As chair, one of my priorities is promoting a sense of community among Rotaractors in GBI and connecting our countries through shared projects, twin clubs, cultural exchanges. Anything will be a great way to bring those isolated clubs into the greater Rotaract community. So if you want to get involved, please contact me or our International Service Officer, Chris Mitchell, and we can get started. Thank you so much for having me speak today, and once again, biggest congratulations. Salut tout le monde, je suis Ariana, la présidente entrante du Rotary Grande-Bretagne et Irlande, et je voulais vous souhaiter une énorme félicitation pour le chart du nouvel comité interpays entre GBI et les Caraïbes. En tant que président, l'une de mes priorités est de promouvoir un sentiment de communauté parmi les Rotaractions dans le GBI, et connecter nos pays par le biais d'initiatives sera un excellent moyen d'amener des clubs isolés dans la grande communauté du Rotaract. Si vous souhaitez vous impliquer, contactez-moi ou notre responsable service international, Chris Mitchell, et nous pourrons commencer. Merci beaucoup de m'avoir invité à parler aujourd'hui et encore une fois, félicitations. Hola a todos, soy Ariana, la presidenta entrante de Rotaract Gran Bretaña e Irlanda y quería desearles muchas felicidades por la carta del nuevo Comité Interpaíses entre GBI y el Caribe. Como presidenta, una de mis prioridades es promover un sentido de comunidad entre los Rotaractianos en GBI y conectar nuestros países a través de iniciativas será una excelente manera de incorporar clubes aislados a la gran comunidad de Rotaract. Si desea involucrarse, comuníquese conmigo o con nuestro oficial de servicio internacional, Chris Mitchell, y podemos empezar. Muchas gracias por invitarme a hablar hoy y una vez más, felicidades.
Thank you, Ariana. It's not often that we go into another language, and although I spend a lot of time in the Netherlands, I'm not going to try Dutch, but who knows, someone else might later. So I now want to hand back to Sonia for the contributions from the Caribbean.
Thank you so much, James, and really thanks to all the speakers before me. It really is a warming feeling to be welcomed in this way to what is for us a historic occasion in the Caribbean. So our Caribbean districts of 7020 and 7030 are so pleased to finally be a part of an ICC. The discussion started a while ago, James said before, RIP, past Rotary International President Barry took up his office. But I know that today he is chuffed that it has become a reality. We're looking forward to fostering new relationships as we build trust, peace, and allow faster response in emergencies as a result of this relationship. Director Jeremy spoke about our diversity of ethnicity, language. We're islands, but so are you. Religion. That is our strength. And we look forward to greater understanding between Great Britain and Ireland and our districts. Let us show the rest of Rotary how an ICC relationship works. Imagine how we can create hope through this relationship. Thank you for inviting us to be a part of this. And we're in this for the long haul. We're going to walk this journey hand in hand. And many have said there'll be hiccups. Yes, but we can pivot. COVID showed us that we can do much more with little. Thank you so much. And it's for me now to introduce my Caribbean colleagues. And I'm going to start with DG Deborah from District 7030. And I would like to ask her to bring her greetings to this group.
Morning all from the sunny Caribbean, District 7020, Northern Caribbean. We are so excited about this relationship. Imagine what's next. Well, what's next is us growing together, us fellowshipping. A lot of us in the Caribbean, our roots start in the Great Britain area, and we'd like to come home, establish that relationship, find our roots per se, and just work on the peace aspect, because a lot of negativity surrounds coming from our countries and what has happened. But we can show the rest of the world how to do it correctly, how to make it work, how I can find family that may still be back there. And then in the Rotary world, the projects that you can assist us with, or we can assist you with. We can all learn, we can demystify Rotary to an extent that, it becomes seamless. What we do here in the Caribbean, the whole diaspora, and what happens in the Great Britain area across the world. But we're going to shrink the world and make it so that we're not only a Zoom away, but we're a passport away. The friendships that we make are going to be lasting. The fellowship is going to be great. And at the end of the day, what we're going to gain in Rotary from our diversity, from our experiences, from our culture, no one knows. But I can promise you, it will be trend-setting for the rest of the Rotary world. So I applaud the efforts of all the individuals that have worked hard to get us to today, to this chartering, and I look forward to an expanded relationship. Thank you from the Caribbean to you and the rest of the world.
Thank you, DG Deborah. And yes, there are many friendships, and it's a reciprocal relationship. Let us all figure out how we are going to make this work. District 7020's District Governor, Deborah Howell. It is now my pleasure to introduce my District Governor Leslie, who hails from Grenada, but he's on his club visit to French Guiana on the South American continent. And we're extremely happy that he has been able to carve out a little time for us today. DG Leslie, you're up.
Hi, good morning, and thank you, Sonia. Thank you so much. It is indeed my greatest pleasure to be here to join you guys on this really, really historic moment where we are about to witness the charter of the inter-country committee between clubs of the UK and the Caribbean. And when we speak of the Caribbean, remember, we are speaking of 2 districts, but many countries. Countries of great cultural diversity, cultural engagements. And this is so meaningful for us because certainly being part of this inter-country committee really broadens our perspectives. You in the UK will see how diverse we are, how we can engage each other, how we can improve our international service activities in our respective clubs when we reach out to you, because certainly this is one method of ensuring that by the formation of the ICC, we are certainly going to be looking at every avenue of service in Rotary with the hope, it's our desire that the final event will be towards creating international understanding, goodwill, and peace. And when we develop these relationships with our 2 countries, UK and Caribbean, it means that we are exposing all of our membership to establishing contact with the clubs in the UK. We can share ideas, and we can certainly take part in projects that are meaningful to our people. So indeed, it is a great pleasure for us to join the intercommittee committee. And I want to thank Sonia, Michael, James, and Debbie for really bringing it to fruition so that today we can witness the charter of the ICC. As I said, it's indeed a very historic occasion. We look forward to a fantastic working relationships as we engage our two countries in promoting peace, resolving conflict, and ensuring that we do have a better world to live in. So I thank you so much for this being here for this event, and we look forward to a very successful ICC between UK and the Caribbean. Thank you so much.
Thank you, DG Leslie. So nothing happens in the Caribbean without our Rotaractors. They are who we are on steroids. Rotaractors are the people who will carry us into the next stage of Rotary, and our 2 districts are so privileged to have amazing Rotaractors represent our districts. So today we have one of our Rotaractors who will bring us greetings, and she is Joylyn Conway from the Rotaract Club of New Amsterdam in Guyana on the South American continent as well. Joylyn, welcome.
Good morning. Well, in Guyana, good morning. Thank you very much, Ms. Allen, for the introduction. And I'm actually very honored to be among all of you this morning and this evening. From listening to everybody who would have shared and sent greetings, I understand how historic and how meaningful this chartering is, especially those who would have been here from the very beginning. Nonetheless, this morning, I was tasked with bringing the Rotaract perspective, which I definitely do not mind sharing on. Nonetheless, with a focus as well on Rotaract District 7-30, as that's the district that I'm a part of. District 7-30 consists of approximately 47 active clubs with over 600 Rotaractors, and we spread across approximately 17 territories. Bringing it down to Guyana, to my motherland Guyana, we are home to 6 Rotaract clubs, and though we are from the same shores, we are very diverse in our own way, but we can come together whether for professional development, community service, or fellowship. As we say in Rotaract, District 7-30 is bare good vibes when we come together, because we come together as one. There is diversity, but within that diversity, there is peace. In terms of Rotaract, the Rotaract clubs within Guyana, we continue to excel at the district level, which is evident in our in the recognitions that we've received from district, and more so the projects, the very impactful projects we've executed in keeping with Rotary's 7 areas of focus. And on a side note, which is very exciting, our incoming DRR is a Guyanese, and so that is definitely one to celebrate. And I know that she would definitely be on board with this idea and collaborating with ICC to have its growth among Rotaract clubs. Now, as Ariana would have mentioned from GBI, you know, ICC can play a very pivotal role in Rotaract. It can contribute in terms of international networking. For instance, you know, the platform can be used to connect Rotaract clubs and network Rotaractors from different countries of different diversities. And through these connections, you know, it can lead to collaborative projects, knowledge sharing, and definitely lifelong friendships, as shared by someone prior. Also, as Ariana would have mentioned it, and this really, you know, resonated because it was one of my speaking points, so we're definitely on the same page. Cultural exchange and understanding. ICC can definitely facilitate cultural exchanges and international visits between Rotaract clubs and the various districts. And, you know, these exchanges will provide Rotaractors with opportunities to immerse themselves in different cultures, learn about local customs and traditions. We already had a hint of that from the introduction. And also it will allow us to develop an appreciation, a greater appreciation for global diversity and also peace building amidst our diversity. And such experiences, quite frankly, I believe is going to promote cultural understanding, tolerance, and respect among our Rotaractors. And last, but it's definitely not the least, international leadership opportunities. And this one is actually very dear to me because this platform here has already provided me the opportunity to serve on an ICC committee and also contribute in the decision-making process. And so in terms of the future, ICC can provide Rotaractors, the opportunity to take on leadership roles at an international level. And such opportunities can enable Rotaractors to develop their leadership skills, expand their networks, and contribute to the development of international Rotaract initiatives. And, you know, like I mentioned, this one is very dear to me because it's an opportunity that I've been afforded. I'm really thankful for that. Before I part ways with you, however, I was also tasked with just pitching a project idea or ideas to execute within Guyana's shores. And personally, just looking at the affairs of my country and, you know, where there is a need, I would suggest targeting our indigenous and remote communities. And so an idea or ideas that of projects that can be executed in such areas, such communities would be a clean water and sanitation project, or an health and medical camps, most importantly, which I think would be really beneficial to such communities, would be an education and literacy project. And that can take the form of, for instance, establishing of schools or learning centers within their areas closer to home. And so with that, I will definitely part ways now, but I thank you again. Thank you, Ms. Debbie. Thank you, Rotary and Sonia, and everybody else who I would have been working with. Past ADG Renata, she would have first, connected me with the ICC that is being chartered today. And so I'm really, really thankful for this opportunity. And I look forward to all that lies ahead and the impact it will play in Rotaract. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joylyn. Well, you've heard it out of the mouths of our youths. Thank you very much. It is my pleasure now at this time to hand over the mic to our ICC section leaders. And it is Debbie Rootchand, our district governor nominee's turn to tell us the path to date and her plans. Thanks so much, Debbie. You're up.
Thank you very much, PDG Sonia. Bonjour, good morning, good evening. Greetings to all from District 7030 in the Zoom room and to our audience on Facebook. We truly appreciate you joining us online. As you have heard, I'm going to talk briefly on the path to date. We started virtual meetings in the Rotary year 2021-2022 during the COVID period, and initially with representatives from the UK, Michael Ramcharan, James Onions, Colin Weeks, Natasha Victor, Charles Crane. From 70-20, early on, we had Ryan G. Locke, Assistant Governor from BVI, and 70-30, from very early on, we had A.G. Marie Sad from Guadeloupe, PDG Sonia Lane, and District Governor Leslie Ramdani. Both PDG Sonia and DG Leslie have been strong supporters of the ICC in 70-30, and AG Ryan has been a champion in bringing members on board from 70-20. And the numbers, as you saw, grew along the way, so that today we have 30 representatives from different Rotary clubs on this call. I want to thank all 15 representatives from the countries in 70-20 and 70-30, and the 15 representatives from England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland, who are part of the ICC. We saw all the countries represented in the beautiful videos at the start. I must make mention of Michael Ramcharan, who was a key player in getting the ICC off the ground. Michael, some of you may or may not know, is originally from Trinidad. And even before we started talking ICCs, in 2015, 2016, when he was a member of the Rotary Club of Ripley and Sand in England, that club, together with other Rotary clubs, worked towards outfitting and walking a hospice in England at the Walking Sandbear Hospice. And they partnered with the Rotary Club of St. Augustine, which is one of the clubs in Trinidad, to get that project off the ground. So we have an earlier history of doing something successfully between England and Trinidad and Tobago. During the course of the charter, we had physical contact as well. Michael visited me in Trinidad. As a matter of fact, I visited the UK and I had the opportunity to meet with Michael, Natasha, and Colin in person. And I'm hoping that we would have more in-person engagement as we go along the way. District 7030 is very, very keen on peace building. I am actually the peace chair for our district. And last year, in October 2022, we had the opportunity of working with the RAG for Peace and Alison Sutherland of RC Cardiff Bay, who is part of the charter this morning. And Alison was key in bringing to District 70 a two-part series on becoming more peace-filled with DEI based on the RI philosophy. So we look forward to doing more peace activities as well as we move forward. And I must say, Alison has also been instrumental in promoting peace builder clubs. And we all know that part of the ICC, at the heart of the ICC, is peace building. During our meetings, 7030, our Assistant Governor Marie Sad of Guadeloupe presented a key project, the Mer Portus, which is geared towards affording the opportunity of persons with disabilities to engage in sailing in Guadeloupe. He presented this project for the consideration of the members of the ICC. And I must say it is a wonderful project. As a matter of fact, I had the opportunity of visiting the project live in Guadeloupe and seeing the difference it made to persons who have disabilities. And with our greater number of representatives on board, I really and truly hope that we'll be able to get the support for this project off the ground as an ICC project. Today, we are very, very happy to be moving forward with the charter. And I must take a moment to thank James Onions, who has been part of all the ICC meetings and who has patiently guided us to this point. We have learned a lot from James. I know we have a lot to learn as we go along the way. It's a new relationship, but I'm truly looking forward to it. So that is it in a nutshell, what we have been engaged in to date. And at this stage, I think I would like to hand over to Michael Ramcharan of the Rotary Club of Guildford Way, England, who is my co-country lead, to share with us on the way forward post-charter. Michael, over to you.
Michael, you're muted.
Yep. Hopefully can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep, great. Well, thank you very much, Debbie, for that. And thank you all for joining us today. It's very significant, I guess, in terms of the 75th anniversary of the Windrush situation as well. So, you know, it's a lot of people left the Caribbean to come to the UK, Great Britain, Ireland to really, you know, start a new life, and have contributed very significantly to, you know, the development of these islands. And I think here's another great opportunity for us to sort of, you know, build on relationships that we have, and really to expand, and as Debbie indicated, work on various projects. I think one of the things that would be quite good as well as we evolve is that we expect more countries to join. I know Curacao is one country that's quite keen to join us, and we hope in the next phase that they will do so in the near future. So it's really an opportunity, as I say, on building on these relationships. Some of the projects, and Debbie mentioned one of them, related to the project in Guadeloupe that Maurice, you know, made us aware of. And I think that'll be a great opportunity for us to start looking at that. I think our main sort of focus is really to look at various areas such as youth. And again, that falls nicely into Maurice's project. And as also Joylyn mentioned, probably involving sort of training opportunities as well, and sharing and exchange of exchange opportunities. So that's something that's going to be quite important, I think, for us to move forward with and try and encourage. One thing that I am aware of is the STEM educational initiative, which is around science, technology, engineering and maths. And I know there are various initiatives in the Caribbean to sort of develop this more in schools, and also here in the UK, in GB and Ireland, I should say. So there's opportunities there for us to build on that as well. The other area I think that we're looking to get involved with is the environment. Obviously, very important for us to maintain our environments, be very economic. We are a bunch of islands, as Jim always reminds us. And so it's very important that we can, you know, look at these aspects, and we often may have similar challenges. So again, with the reach that we have within Rotary across different clubs, and a multitude of individuals with various backgrounds, hopefully we can build on that. And also the communities as well. So communities obviously are very important in Rotary. And again, Joylyn talking about in Guyana specifically, the indigenous population is important. And again, we can probably see how, you know, we can all work together along those lines. So I think there's a great opportunity for us to work on projects and drive that as within our ICC. I think the whole aspect of the ICC is really, of course, raising awareness of Rotary and all that Rotary does. We saw today, you know, the involvement that Rotary has across various different organizations, the Commonwealth, for example, the United Nations. And so this is a great opportunity for Rotary to, you know, to build further on these relationships. And particularly what we have done recently is we have developed some links with some government organizations. For example, the Guyanese Diaspora Unit, where we may have a guest later on who will talk a little bit about that. And also, of course, the Commonwealth Society. So opportunities for us really to sort of get more involved in these particular areas where possible, and help, you know, with project work that we have that we'd like to take forward. So I think there's a lot of activity, there's a lot of great ideas. People are really enthusiastic about taking this forward. We've seen that, you know, from the presentations today and the introductions that we've had. So I think after the years that we've been sort of having discussions, it's great that we've reached this stage where we can actually charter today and then move forward, getting discussions going about how we can actually start making things happen. So I'd just like to thank again Jim for all his support over the years, Debbie, of course, and Sonia and all the team members as well who've taken part to date. Thanks very much to all of you, and I really look forward to us working together in the future. So thank you very much.
Well, I want to say thank you to Sonia and her speakers. And it's great to feel the support that's coming over from the Caribbean. And to Michael and Debbie for their insight into their activity so far. Intercountry Committee, the ICC programme is global. And this is the first important link of that programme with the Caribbean. To mark that, we have with us the current leader of the programme, Mohammed Gaman. Mohammed, over to you. Mohammed, you're still muted.
My chère famille, it is a real pleasure to participate with you today in the charter ceremony of the Inter-Country Committee between GBI and Caribbean, a wonderful and original ICC with Rotaract. That's very, very good. I would like on this occasion to congratulate my friends, national coordinators, James and Sonia, as well as President of ICC national sections and all their members. Thank you. I would like to thank and congratulate all the district governors who have made it possible to build this bridge of friendship, understanding between the populations of 20 countries. My dear friends, as you know, ICC acts as a supporting force for Rotary International and the Rotary Foundation for a Peaceful Society. We are Rotary Peace Builder and Peace Ambassadors, and we belong to a large ICC family of 700 national sections in more than 100 countries and covering every continent of the world. We will involve with ICC Rotarians, Rotaractors, and the peace-loving non-Rotarians, and you will take long-term action to develop twinning between Rotary and Rotaract clubs, and jointly carry out global grants, youth exchanges, and actions of various kinds involving clubs, district, civil society, and Rotary for Peace partners. We were at the Melbourne Convention, where we managed an ICC stand, and I had the pleasure of bringing together in a lively workshop all the ICC leaders present. We are now preparing the Forum for Peace in the Mediterranean that will take place on September 15, 2023 in Rome. The draft of the program has just been finalized by an experienced team. We invite you to come to Rome to exchange together and to enrich our forum. A second Forum for Peace for Africa will take place in Cairo on 17, 18, and 19 November. The organizing team is also finalizing the draft of the program. We wish you to participate on this forum. My dear family, my chère famille, I congratulate you once again and wish the new ICC and all of you every success. Let us continue to cultivate peace with love. Peace is the responsibility of all us. Thank you for attention. Thanks for all speakers. Good luck for the ICC.
Mohammed, many, many thanks. And I look forward to meeting with you again soon. We keep missing each other, but hopefully we will do that soon. We now come to our charter ceremony. And it's been great to see the smiles and the nodding all the way through. And I've asked 3 people to be spotlighted for this, because this charter ceremony is about the teams at both ends. This charter ceremony is about the new ICC. If we were all in a room together, you would be the center of attention, and there'd be a lot of cheering and waving at the charter moment. So over Zoom, we're going to unmute everyone and ask you to wave the charter certificate that Nick will fairly soon display, whilst cheering. And if Nikki Scott were here, she'd have you cheer twice, because she won't hear you the first time because you won't make enough noise. That, I think, is an important moment. So Debbie, Michael and Ryan, and members of both sections who are listed on the screen now, somewhere, maybe. I'm not sure you're sharing the right document, Nick.
This is the chart. This is the protocol.
No, it's not.
Ah,
No, it's not.
shared the wrong screen. Stop share.
So if you can share the certificate and then the protocol quickly.
Is that
That's the protocol.
right?
That's a list of all of the members.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. And there's the certificate. So if you all have a glass of something that you can use for a toast, this is the bit where the Caribbean rum comes out, or maybe something a little lighter. Well, you promised me Caribbean rum at this stage, Sonia.
I did. They're slackers, I say.
So I want to say congratulations to you all. You're chartered. Time for some cheering and waving.
There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations, everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Yep. So
good.
congratulations to you all. Now, we're getting past, I think, the time we've planned to finish. But we've got another couple of toasts. And I don't know if Jeremy's still with us and can hear us. If he is, I'd love him to do a toast.
Are you still here?
I am indeed, James. I am indeed.
Toast
So
to the ICC's success and to stronger friendships.
okay, well, I think I've been given the wording for the toast to ICC success, to stronger friendships, to each and every one of you, and to a wonderful future. So thanks, and let's raise your virtual glasses or whatever you got in your hand to that very future we talked about. Cheers.
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 And I want to take advantage also of having the Dean of our representatives to the United Nations and our representative of the Commonwealth with us, Judith Diamond, and ask Judith if she'll do a toast to all of the nations represented here today.
Thank you, James. I'd just like to make a few remarks, if I may. First of all, congratulations on this ICC Charter, which is so important. I've always been a great believer in the power of partnerships and that the strength of Rotary is international cooperation for a more peaceful world. And of course, that is the raison d'etre of the Rotary's representative network to United Nations and international agencies. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to offer you the support of the 31 Rotary representatives that we have to the UN and other agencies. Roger mentioned the success of the ICCs in Nigeria, and I was really pleased to facilitate the support of the Commonwealth Secretariat with regard to the monitoring of elections in Nigeria. And it just illustrates how we can all work together and support each other. So it gives me great pleasure to propose a toast to all the nations present here today.
All the nations present here today.
Nations present.
Cheers.
Okay, I'm going to get myself out of the loop at this stage with a final thanks to Judith and to everyone else. If you spotted a Welsh accent with Judith, you were right. Sorry, I just lost my screen, but hopefully you can still hear me.
Yeah.
Yep, we hear you.
So it's probably a good time for me to hand over to our section leaders to run the rest of the meeting. Debbie, Michael, some of those we might call upon may already have left us because we've gone a little bit over time. But if we can start with the greetings from DGs, all their representatives. I know Jim Curry has left, but Michael, over to you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Jim. So I think I'd like to ask the PDG Alison Sutherland, District 1150, if you'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, Michael. It's a great pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to follow Judith, who was studied in Aberystwyth. I also bring you greetings of Mike Parry, who's on this call, PDG, but of our DG Wayne and our incoming DG Mary. But it's a bit more than that for me, because this is just meeting up with friends again. With Debbie and I have been journeying for some time. I've met with some others of you. So I think what ICCs do and what Rotary does, it allows us to develop greater friendships across the globe, to understand more of our cultures, but at the same time to share our passion and be able to do something practically together. So I look forward to the future, loads of possibilities. So watch this space. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for those words, Alison. So I'd also like to ask Kevin Pitt, if Kevin's with us.
Kevin, I don't see Kevin online.
Okay.
And I don't know if Judith wants to say any more, but I suspect she's covered what she wanted to say.
Yeah.
Because everyone's helping us finish quickly.
Yes. Okay.
But I do know that Anne-Marie and Shri are still online.
Okay, great. Well, if I would ask, what have we got down here? Anne-Marie then. Anne-Marie.
Okay.
DG 1145, please.
Okay, goedemorgen of goedemiddag iedereen. En bedankt voor het charter-evenement. Het was heel leuk. En na de video's wil ik op vakantie natuurlijk gaan. Gefeliciteerd met de nieuwe jumelage van onze landen. And so good morning or good afternoon, everybody. And thank you very much for this charter event. It was really nice. And I have to say, after the videos, I really want to go on holiday. So congratulations. With the new twinning between our countries. In recent years, we've truly seen the value of intercountry committee relationships, and I really look forward to keeping in touch with this as this one evolves. I was very impressed with our Rotaractors from the two Rotaractors from either side who spoke. I think it would be great to really keep in touch and support the development of the Rotaract connections, for example. And I definitely like to keep in touch as the relationships between all our countries develop. So thank you very much for having me along. It's been a really good afternoon for us over here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. The other person I'd like to invite to say a few words is Shri Valipuram, who's the Peace Officer for District 1130. Hello, Shri.
Hello, I'm in Singapore right now. It's 10 minutes past midnight here.
Oh, gosh.
But nevertheless, the reason I'm here is if you look right behind me, the banner it looks a little premature that I'm showing Gordon's team, but actually it's a preview to all of you. I'm organizing his Presidential Peace Conference in London. It's going to be at the International Maritime Organization, 9th and 10th February. The website is shown there. So please, if you would like to come, because there is a great presentation by our Ukraine section head on how ICCs promote positive peace, promote and strengthen positive peace. You're all welcome. I can be reached on sri.walipram@gmail.com, and Alison Sutherland is in the conference organizing committee as well. So you're all very welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Sri, and thank you for joining us at such a late time. So the other person I'd like to introduce is a representative from the head of the diaspora unit, but I don't know if she's managed to make it today. I don't think she has. No, well, just to give a bit of background, this was an individual that I met when I visited the Guyanese embassy with Natasha a few months ago. Someone very keen to work with Rotary going forward. In fact, even join one of her local Rotary clubs. So I'll have to put her into contact with Joylin. But another, as I said earlier on, another opportunity for us to forge closer links with different types of organizations as we go forward. So, but okay, so if I can hand, I guess, over to Debbie. I think you were going to introduce a couple other individuals.
So, Michael, I'm not seeing Cyril or Natalie on the call at this time, so I think that we could proceed to the thoughts of the team members section.
Sure. Okay. And I know that the past president, Peter King. Is Peter with us? Hello, Peter. Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you. It's great to be with you in this wonderful event. I'm the ICC coordinator with Romania and Moldova, and I can say quite truthfully that it's been a marvelous opportunity to get to know the Rotarians in the district so much better than one does just by sending emails and so forth. I was thinking connection, friendship, and support, and all of those things are really great, and we've heard about them in today's session. But it's just lovely. If you have a problem, you know who to speak to. If you have a difficulty, you know what to share. And I think sometimes Rotary is a bit vast. You know, it's so general. These ICC make it much more a family affair. So I do congratulate you on the charter, and I look forward very much to being with you. I know that Germany, for example, had a cultural exchange about certain problems that were affecting UK and Germany. It might be good to have some sort of debate about the Caribbean and so forth. So congratulations, and thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for coming along. Thank you. And there's also the past district governor, Mike Parry, but I don't know if Mike is with us.
He just left, Michael.
Oh, he just left. Okay. Well, I'm sure he sends his best wishes. Okay, can I hand over? I think Charles Crane was going to join us as well, but I don't know if Charles has managed. No. Okay.
Charles is not online.
Okay. All right. So, well, Debbie, back to you. I feel like on a news program, yeah.
Right, so at this time it's my pleasure to call on our Assistant Governor, Ryan G. Locke from the British Virgin Islands to share some thoughts on the ICC. Ryan, over to you.
Thank you, DG and Debbie, and certainly welcome to everybody, both in the Caribbean and in Great Britain and Ireland. On this momentous occasion, as past RI President Barry had said, it's certainly a pleasure to see this finally off the ground. I think it was sort of stressed by Rotary International Director Jeremy that there's obviously a lot of connections between the UK or Great Britain and Ireland and the Caribbean. So having an ICC that brings us all together and allows us to, I guess, not only to understand each other's culture, because there's a lot to understand from both sides, but also to share ideas and to strengthen projects and collaboration. One of the things that Rotary International was really is really keen on, is developing more partnerships. So ICC really allows us to do this. I also, before I finish, I just want to also give best wishes and apologies from incoming District Governor David Kukaldi from the Cayman Islands. He's unfortunately unable to be with us today because he's traveling as well. A lot of people are traveling today, but he certainly sends his best wishes and support through for Rotary District 7020 for the ICC, and he's certainly very excited to see this. So thank you everybody to making this happen. Certainly thank you to Michael and Debbie and Sonia and James and everybody who's been so instrumental in doing this, and also past President Lynette, who was originally got me into this. It's great to see this, and certainly I look forward to the success of the ICC.
And thank you so much, Ryan. And now it's my pleasure to call on my district governor nominee classmate, Dominique Bazin from Haiti, to bring some thoughts on the ICC.
I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, I am so proud to have been part of this moment. And I look forward to the share cultural experiences that we have in common. The ICC will only strengthen our bonds, bridging our 70-20 shores to the Irish Sea that lies between Ireland and Great Britain. As the governor nominee of District 7020, I echo the words of our Governor Deborah Howell. I am committed to nurture this exciting partnership. I see a future of great exchanges, impactful projects, a partnership not only on paper, but active in action. And I look forward to working with my classmate, DGN, Debbie Robson. Okay, District 7020 embraces this momentous opportunity with open arms. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dominique. And now moving over to District 7030, I would like to call on Assistant Governor Maurice Saad, who has been with us from the start, to share some thoughts on the ICC relationship. AG Maurice.
Thank you, Debbie. I'm very happy to be here with you all today. So as you could read it, my name is Maurice Saad, Assistant Governor for Guadeloupe, District 7030. And I've had the privilege of being part of the ICC team from the very beginning. So I'm deeply passionate about our shared vision and the immense potential our collaboration holds. Seeing the amazing work we have made together so far, I'm very enthusiastic for what is to come, and particularly our project in Guadeloupe. This undertaking symbolizes for me our dedication to impactful partnerships, and I can't wait to see the incredible outcomes we will achieve together. So looking forward to seeing you in District 7030 and in Guadeloupe, of course, and I want to thank Debbie and James and Michael and Sonia, Ryan also, to give me this opportunity to be part of this team and to improve my English listening and comprehension. Thank you.
Thank you so much, AG Maurice. And in District 7030, I am so pleased to say we have the continuity and the support of our incoming District Governor, DG Brian Glasgow, and our DGN, Soraya Warner Gustav. At this stage, I'd like to ask DG Brian to bring some greetings.
Okay, thank you, Debbie, and thanks as well to Michael, and obviously Sonia and James. The enthusiasm, you can feel the enthusiasm, and there is no more relevant time than now to have an ICC. It's the right time. And as you know, the incoming DG for 7030, I look forward to being part of the process of making the ICC work. One of the mantras that I've encouraging our territories to adopt this year is building bridges, connecting people. And it's not only relevant to us as a district within 7030, it's relevant to what we plan to do in the ICC. So once again, thanks to all who have put in so much hard work to make this a reality. And I am on board, fully on board, and I can assure you that with Debbie driving it and Sonia coordinating things, we will take this to the next level. So thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you so much, DG Brian. And at this time, I'd like to invite our district governor nominee, Soraya Warner Gustav, to bring greetings.
Thank you so much, DG Debbie. Warm greetings to everyone from St. Lucia. I am just so inspired by the establishment of this new and already dynamic UK Caribbean Intercountry Committee, and by the endless possibilities that the partnership introduces. It's an incredible honor to be included in this unique and invaluable Rotary program, and I add my thanks to the development team of this new ICC. I too am looking forward to strengthening and broadening the bonds of friendship. I recognize the huge underlying potential of an ICC, and so I'm eagerly looking ahead to the opportunities for collaboration, for advancing and partnering on youth programs that include Interact, and can say that I stand ready for further discussions in this important area as we move to sustain a peaceful world. As DGNN, at this time, I offer my full commitment to the continuation of this ICC. I take the opportunity to extend congratulations to Rotary Great Britain and Ireland, Rotary District 7020 and 7030 on this charter, which absolutely marks and cements the beginning of a wonderful and impactful journey. Congratulations to all, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, DGNB, Soraya. At this stage, I think, Michael, it's for me, you and James to raise a toast, yes?
I think so, yeah. Yes.
So that's what that, sorry, and so,
Ryan, of course. Is Ryan still with us? Yes, Ryan's still there, so.
Yep.
There we go. So, guys, we're raising a toast to Rotary and peace the world over. To Rotary
peace to the world order. Peace to the world order. Thank you, Rowan.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you all. I leave it to you to close the meeting. It's your meeting after all. I hand it over to you.
Oh, right, gosh. Well, no, I mean, thank you all very much for joining us today, and it's been a great opportunity, and obviously, hopefully, a great future ahead, I think. So, Debbie, any final words?
No, just sincere thanks to everyone, and we'll be seeing each other soon again.
Yeah, Ryan.
No, just looking forward to everything. Looking forward to the future.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Congratulations. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.